Good evening, college football fans. Welcome back. I'm your college football weatherman, and this is your Week 2 weather forecast. Now, we've got plenty of storms rolling in across the country, and trust me, this week looks downright chaotic. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday kicks off with a Durham drizzle. A gentle drizzle settles in Durham as Duke looks to keep things calm against Illinois. But don't be fooled. This forecast calls for Blue Devils cooking Illini like some sweet Carolina barbecue. And 30 minutes down the road in Raleigh, we've got a Raleigh thunderstorm. A storm cell hits Raleigh with Virginia rolling in. A Wolfpack warning is in full effect. Expect howls, heavy blitz pressure, the drowning out of Cavalier fiddles as they try to shelter from the storm. The annual Cyhawk Cyclone swirls through Ames, where even a gentle breeze can turn this rivalry completely upside down. Expect turnovers, punch showers, and a whole lot of, you guessed it, ugly football. Forecast, cloudy with a chance of 13 total points. Up next, we've got the Metroplex heat wave. The heat index spikes in Dallas as Baylor visits SMU. The Ponies want to prove Big 12 worth, but Dallas humidity could make this one sloppy. And our forecast models, well, they're predicting more Baylor Bear Claws than Mustang horsepower. Up north in Kentucky, we've got the Bluegrass Blast. Lane Kiffin brings his Rebels up to Lexington, and when Ole Miss rolls into town, it's not just about football, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ole Miss dad season in full effect. Forecast says, hide your wives, hide your girlfriends, hide whoever you be making love to, because the powder blue polos, they are taking them shopping, they are taking them out to eat at the finest establishments here in downtown Lexington. And let me tell you what, after they go out to eat, is straight to Pound Town. Now let me tell you, Kentucky, you better lock your doors, because the Rebels, they don't just air it out on the field. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the Border War returns, and it's pure thunder. Forecast shows Jayhawks flying in, Tigers roaring back, expect lightning strike of offense, and 100% chance of hatred raining down. Watch your cousins, watch your nephews, watch your back. Somewhere in the Ohio Valley, a massive fog is in full effect. West Virginia takes a road trip through the hills into Athens for some action. The forecast says Ohio's fog won't be enough to hide from the Big 12 thunder. Up next, we're in cowbell heat. Temp heat meets Starkville humidity. Forecast calls for 100% humidity, 1,000% cowbells, and Sun Devils discovering that SEC heat feels very different when the Bulldogs are barking. No. Alright, we got the game of the week. The only ranked matchup. A Sooner Supercell, baby. Michigan storms into Norman, led by my guy, the one and only 5-star prodigy, Bryce. I want to say motherfucker would. The 5-star prodigy said it twice. Forecast says Justice Haynes pounds the rock. Samaj Morgan streaks through the air, and the Maize and Blue defense, they swallow everything in sight. Sooners? Forecast says they'll be saying boomers so hard you'd think it was their safe word. Maize and Blue storm? It's rolling on, baby. Commodores dock in Blacksburg, but when Inner Sandman hits, forecast says anchors away, Hokies roll. Eagles glide into East Lansing to face Sparty, but forecast calls for green sprinkles on BC's parade. Up next, we've got a Crimson Tide warning. UL Monroe comes to Bryant Denny, and this one feels like an absolute scrimmage. But the real storm cloud? If Bama somehow loses and starts 0-2, my man DeBoer is gone before the leaves change. Don't count on it though, this is more 56-0 kind of weather. The only real question, do we see Ryan Williams absolutely torching defenders? Or does the voodoo doll make its first cameo before snap 1? Next up, in Nevada, we've got the Vegas Mirage. UCLA enters Allegiant in their new Big Ten digs with Nico Iamaleava. Forecast says Vegas lights look bright early, but the Mirage disappears fast. Rebels can't outmuscle the Bruins when the desert heat rises. In the late night, we've got a little cougar drizzle. Aztecs travel north to Pullman, but forecast calls for cougars, keeping it wet and wild at home. Week 2 forecast delivered. Remember, college football, that'll never change. The chaos, that's guaranteed. I'm your college football weatherman, and I'll see you next Friday for week 3 of the college football forecast.